Welcome to this episode of the Maximus Minute. Now, I want to talk to you today about the value of the warm-up and also a little bit about the value of the cool-down. I'm actually in my gym right now, and I am warming up as we speak. I'm on an exercise bike. But when it comes to people that go to the gym, one of the most common mistakes that I see them make is they skip their warm-up, and they also skip the cool-down at the end of the workout. Don't skip it. It will help you a lot, and I'm going to talk to you about why. So the first reason that I want you to do a good dedicated warm-up is because warm muscles work better. If you can get your heart pumping, if you can get those lungs breathing, if you can get a little bit of a sweat, if you can start to move, your workout will be more efficient, you'll be able to go more intense, and you'll be able to get more out of yourself. Think about it this way. There's 168 hours in a week. Even if you work out an hour a day, you're only in the gym 7 hours a week. That's a really, really low percentage of your week. Like, we're talking 3 to 4% of your week you're spending in the gym. You want to make that time as efficient as possible. Now, on the other hand, if you're an Olympic athlete, you're training 25 hours a week, maybe it's not as important because the sheer volume is going to overcome a lot. But if you're only spending an hour a day in the gym, you've got to make sure you are 100% there, you are 100% ready to go, and you are harnessing what I call maximum intensity. By warming up, getting the body warm, getting the blood pumping, getting the heart beating, getting the lungs breathing, getting a bead of sweat on you, you'll be able to go harder in the workout. And it might not seem like it's life-altering at the time, but if you can just warm up and then during that workout, get 10% more, 15% more, 20% more. Imagine the value of that over 100 workouts, 200 workouts, 300 workouts in the year. The benefit of that will add up tremendously. The other thing it's going to do is going to help prevent injury. Warm muscles, frankly, they just work better. There's a ton of science on this you can read. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole, but warm muscles work better. So the warmer you are, the better your body's going to work. Like, the last thing you want to do is just get off the couch and go as hard as you can. You're going to set yourself up for injury. Now, there's always some person in a seminar I'm teaching that puts their hand up that says, well, you ever see a lion in the savannah? Like, when they see prey, they just get up and go. Guess what? You're not a lion. You're a human. You got to warm up. And especially as you age, the older you get, if you don't warm up, you're going to get hurt. So that's number one reason for the warm up. Now, the second reason for the warm up, for me, is psychological. I want to be here during my workout. I want to be 100% present. And again, this is a way to, I guess, harness or to try and build maximum intensity. But there's a lot of stuff going on in my life. I'm married. I got kids, I got a real job, I got to write emails, I do video production, I'm writing for Men's Health. Like, there's a bunch of stuff going on in my life. And listen, I'm not complaining. That's the same for everybody. Everybody's got a whole laundry list of stuff that's going on outside the gym. When I go to the gym, I want to be here. I don't want to be worried about my relationship. I don't want to be worried about my kids. I don't want to be worried about my job. I don't want to be worried about my stresses in my life. I want to be here in the gym paying attention to what I need to pay attention to. So I use a 10 or 20-minute warm-up to just clear my brain of all that nonsense, to get myself mentally ready to be 100% here and attack the task at hand. And so I use it as a meditative period. And again, it will help me get maximum intensity on my workout. And just like I said before, if I can get an extra 10 or 20% by doing that, that will make a huge difference over 100 workouts, 200 workouts, 300 workouts. But the other thing it's going to do, it's a little bit of self-care. Having that time to just shut off, even if it's just 10 or 20 minutes to have to myself, to just zone out, to focus on me, that can count as meditation time. You see, meditation time doesn't have to be sitting in a dimly lit room with some soft music and, with your eyes closed and your legs crossed. It can be just warming up on a bike in silence and just focusing, and that can be tremendously valuable for your mental health. The third reason I want you to work out is it's just a way to get extra volume. Now, I'm going to include the cool down in this because I just want to talk about, totality of volume. When you look at working out, when you look at being successful at any physical task, volume is important. There was a research study that was, I think it was published in 2007 or 2009, and it was about the hours that it took to be a world-class athlete. And anyway, to kind of give you the Reader's Digest notes, the cliff notes of the study, it was about 1,000 hours a year. That's what it took to be a world-ranked athlete. So some sports were higher than others, like cyclists were getting 1,300 hours a year, swimmers were getting 1,300 hours a year, rowers were getting 1,100 hours a year, Nordic skiers were getting 800 hours a year. But the number centered around 1,000. Takes about 1,000 hours a year of volume to be world class at anything, to frankly just be good at something, and that's true. Like, you look at players in the NBA, how much time do you think they spend playing basketball? People in the NFL, how much time do they spend playing football and watching film? It's about 1,000 hours a year. That's not easy to accumulate. Like, you're working out essentially 18 hours a week or 20 hours a week every week of the year. And so volume does matter. People will try to sell you on shortcuts. Oh, you only need to work out 3 times a week, 20 minutes. That's not going to get you successful. That's not what got Michael Phelps 29 or 30 or 32. I don't even know how many gold medals that man won, but that's not what made him successful. LeBron James, he didn't get this good at basketball playing 20 minutes a day. Like, we're talking, he's done thousands and thousands and thousands of shots. Golf, men are into golf. Great, they want to be good scratch golfers. Do you have any idea how much PGA golf pros practice? It's absolutely absurd. But the point is, volume matters. And every bit of extra volume that you can get is important. So now you look at the warm-up and the cool down. Let's say you warm up for 10 minutes a day and you cool down for 10 minutes a day. That's 20 extra minutes every time that you work out. And it's easy. Like, if you look at how I'm pedaling right now, just going easy. This isn't hard. It's not really costing me anything. But 20 minutes a day, say you work out 300 times a year, that's 5 days a week. That's 6,000 extra minutes. That's 100 extra hours. 900 hours a year versus 1,000 hours a year. That's the difference in some sports in being a nationally ranked athlete and then making the Olympics. It's the difference between being on the podium. It's the difference between achieving all your goals and not. Just simple warming up and cooling down. It's 100 extra hours of volume. 100 hours, that's an hour a day for 100 straight days. I've seen people lose incredible amounts of weight and make shocking transformations in that time. You don't like the time? The time talk? Let's talk about miles. If you were a runner and you were to run a mile in 10 minutes, and running a mile in 10 minutes is pretty easy for most people. If you ran a mile to warm up and ran a mile to cool down, every time you came in the gym, 5 days a week, that's 10 extra miles a week. Let's say you extended it. You did a 20-minute warm-up and 20-minute cool down. Well, there's 4 extra miles a day. There's 20 extra miles a week. That really, really starts to add up. Like 20 extra miles a week, that's almost a marathon a week. By the end of the year, you'd accumulate not 52 marathons, but you'd accumulate probably 40 marathons just warming up and cooling down. So warming up can help you with volume. So, actually, one more example for you, rowing. Concept 2 rowers. You can see some here in my gym. Just flipping back and forth on you guys. But Concept 2 has this pin that you can get. It's this like elite award, row 1,000,000 meters in a year. Great. If all you did was came into the gym and every day for a warm-up, just did 5,000 meters, just at a slow pace, right? Like maybe it would take you 20, 25 minutes, but just warmed up doing a 5,000 meter on the rower. You worked out 300 days a year. Again, that's like Monday to Friday every week. you'd accumulate 1,500,000 meters by the end of the year. You get like a pin and a half. They give you this little pin if you get it. I've got one at home. But imagine that. You'd be great at any test you do. You know, I have this test in my gym. I give people a 2,000 meter row for time, and they've got to get under 7 minutes. It really shouldn't be that hard. Like collegiate rowers are doing 6 minutes. So 7 minutes. But that said, it's not that easy either. It would be easy if you just did a 5,000 meter warm up and just focused on technique at the start of every single workout. Now these gym standards that you can't hit, and there's a lot of people that really, really hurt themselves trying to get 2,000 in 7 minutes. They get it no problem just from doing the warm up. That's it. So just those are 3 reasons why I think a warm up is just extremely important. Now, I'll do another video on the, the specific benefits of a cool down, but for the cool down, that can work in the same way. Like if you think about it, the reasons I said the warm up was good is, number one, the warm a warm muscle is going to work better. When you cool down, it's going to accelerate the recovery process. So just by getting on a bike and spinning after a workout, flushing your muscles of all the bad byproducts of exercise, you're going to start the recovery process quicker, which means you can work out harder and harder and harder the next day. Number 2, it gives you a chance to do a debrief on the workout and think and meditate again. So you can have your workout, you can think it through, and then you can leave the gym in the gym. So it's a good meditative practice. And then 3rd, again, the volume from the cool down that you can accumulate is going to help you get more fit. So just whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever your goals are, whether you're working out at a Lifetime or a Planet Fitness, you're at a CrossFit box, you've got big goals and aspirations, you want to lose weight, you want to gain muscle, like whatever your goals are, warm-ups and cool downs, they will change your life. Don't skip them. Don't look at them as easy. Don't look at them as nonsense. And remember, I said this earlier in the video, don't come at me with the lions don't warm up thing, because you ain't a fucking lion. Go get your damn warm up.